Hi, it's Honesty Guy time. You know, it's really good not to use fancy terms that are hard to understand. There's two words in the English language that get used a whole lot. And again, I'm always talking to you, the atheist, the person that really is uncomfortable with Jesus, God, church, and Bible. I don't know. I mean, even the term atheist is a little funny. Whatever. A person who is kind of a non-religious person, but wants to be spiritual. There's two words that need to be defined. Jesus and Christ. Now, when you throw those two terms out, you're actually saying a mouthful. The name Yahoshua means a spirit that rescues, a spirit that rescues, a spirit that comes and fixes a problem. My mom used to say her favorite translation of the name Yahoshua or Jesus is the problem solver, the solution bringer. Okay, so there is a spirit who brings solutions. There is a spirit who solves problems. That's what Yeshua means. Okay, I'm going to call out to the problem-solving spirit and see if I can get my problem solved. I'm going to call out to the solution-bringing spirit and see if I can get a solution to my problem. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that's the word Jesus. All right, then there's the word Christ, which is not Jesus' last name. That's not the house he came from. The word Christ in Greek is Christo, which means to pour on. The word in Hebrew is Moshiach or Messiah, and that means poured on, anointed one. And it basically implies the one who clearly has power, the one who has ability. Okay, so that's a relatively universal, benign term, descriptive term. Like if we've got a class full of kids and there's a test, and one kid in the class passes the test as though he knows the mind of the teacher. I mean, he passes the test so well that it's just like, it's amazing. So that student you would call Moshiach. Moshiach, you got it. You got the goodies. You got the power. You got the juice. Or if you're running a race and someone breaks ahead and they're like a half a mile ahead of everybody else in the race, you say, Moshiach, anointed, empowered. It means the empowered one. That's what it means. Christ means the empowered one. Messiah means the empowered one. But that's just a descriptive term. You can put an empowered one designation on almost anybody in various situations. But the empowered one is something, the Moshiach, or the Christ, or the anointed one, is something completely in outer space more important than just the descriptive term. It doesn't mean just a student who's amazing in the class or a runner who's amazingly better than everybody else. This is it's describing the supernatural visitor who has been known by humans to be expected and coming into this world to give a shift and an improvement. And in the Bible, it's spoken of by a woman named Martha. And it's funny because Martha's got a sister named Mary. When Jesus of Nazareth, the supernatural visitor who can heal everybody in town and shows all these supernatural powers, who is rejected by the nice religious teachers, The nice religious teachers do not like the guy, and there is literally an all points bulletin, a warning sent out through all whatever, the spiritual atmospheres, the churches. You cannot associate with this guy, and if you associate with this guy, you will be rejected from your livelihood as a spiritual teacher. So this guy, Jesus of Nazareth, is actually totally rejected and called an outlaw and called poison. Okay? He is called poison by the nice spiritual leaders. He's called poison. And if you go and hang out with him or learn from him or show association with him, you will be removed from your teaching position that pays for your kids and your home. So, I mean, this is some heavy stuff. Okay? So I want you to learn these things. Learn these terms. So this supernatural visitor that shows up, he goes into a house where there's Mary and Martha. And Martha is helping all these visitors because the guy's being mobbed by all these people because he's got all these healing powers, and they think maybe he's the supernatural visitor that the world has been waiting for. And all the spiritual teachers who are supposed to know stuff are saying, oh, don't follow him. He's obviously not the supernatural visitor because he does not follow the practices that we do. And he doesn't follow all the little details that we do. So Mary and Martha is helping to prepare. Martha is helping to prepare. Katira karabaka jiketiri kanira katira batanira. Mashri dedabako viakanira kanara. Jachiri didi katiri didi bata bata. Mashri dadira bakara veketiri katanina. Jachiri didi dabaka viakanira didi bata. That's something to meditate on. Mary sits at Jesus' feet. Martha comes in and says, hey, how come my sister's not helping me with the preparation of food and things for the people that are gathered here? And Jesus of Nazareth says, you know, you're doing a good thing, but Mary has chosen the better thing, because she's trying to soak up the wisdom. But it's Martha who actually says to Jesus of Nazareth, we know we have gnosis and we connect with and have come in agreement and have joined you and this idea that you are the supernatural visitor awaited for all time by the entire human race, not just the Jews, not just some people, but this awareness in the entire human race that a supernatural one will come. So, the word Jesus means a spirit who brings solutions and who solve problems. So I'm going to pray to the problem-solving spirit. And Christos, or Messiah, or Christ, means the supernatural visitor that's to come into the human family and befriend it and change things, that is supreme above all other visitors to the human family. Define the terms. So, when you're reading the Bible or somebody's reading the Bible to you, have them stop saying Jesus Christ and have them begin to use explanatory phrases that say, you know, instead of in Jesus Christ, we are all made whole, say, in the Spirit who brings solutions, the supernatural visitor that has befriended the human family, we are all made whole. This is an important exercise. It is not something to be brushed over, because the ears that your words fall upon are valuable ears. The thing that I've learned in touring Christianity is that the leaders in Christianity don't care enough about people and their offenses, and they often don't care enough about people and helping them receive understanding. People are racing forward into positions and establishing positions over others, thinking that that's good. And in fact, that can be a very dangerous lording over people. Praise God. So, you, the one who's been outside of the church mess and religion mess for most of your life, this is where we start. Redefining these terms. What the heck is the gospel anyway? And what does evangelize mean? You know, just blow that term apart and don't even use it again. Thank you. Don't even use it again, because it has a specific definition that has been distorted, polluted, and made into something that it's not. It's a lot of stuff. A lot of these terms just need to be defined. So number one, defining terms. What the heck is Jesus Christ?